Our conversation for this hour is a continuation of what we were just talking about with the chair for the Vision 2030 Delivery Board. We are asking young people, do you buy this vision? 2030, which is 3 years away, and 2060/63, which is 33 or so years away. And we have in studio with us Clarence Kaguora, who is a youth advocate. He's also an aspirant for the Kikuyu MP seat in 2027 and a very vocal fixer. Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
We usually start off with the quote of the day that Phalaris will share with you.
Okay.
Let us know if it speaks to you, if you agree or disagree.
Okay.
Karibu sana, Clarence.
Santi.
Today's quote is courtesy of an author, Lawrence Nolt, and the quote reads, "The river teaches us that persistence is stronger than force." The river teaches us that persistence is stronger than force. How do you interpret that?
For me, first I agree, because when you're speaking about persistence, you're speaking about consistency.
Yes.
And for me, consistency beats talent any day, anytime. Yeah, because force for me seems like almost similar to talent. Yeah, so for me, consistency beats talent any day, anytime. Yeah.
You can be.
If you're looking at sports, guys who are consistent, if it's in football, speak about Messi, speak about Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Those guys are consistent. If it's basketball, speaking about LeBron. If it's in athletics, Faith Kipyegon. People like that are consistent. So for me, persistence, which comes from consistency, always beats force, which is similar to talent.
Big time. I actually watched a snippet of an interview. Shellyanne Fraser-Price, this big Jamaican sprinter. And she was talking about her journey. And she says in 2008, she was in the reserve of the Jamaican team to the Olympics.
The reserve of the reserve.
There's a reserve.
Not the reserve. There's a reserve of the reserve.
She's the reserve of the reserve.
Okay, that's good.
Now, you can think about a relay has 4 runners.
Yeah.
Okay?
Wow.
Those are 4 sprinters. Those are the ones who would be like the ones to run to do the 100-meter
Cream de
race.
la cream.
All right?
Yeah.
Now, you are not. That means if the first one is not able, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, now you'd come in. She was 6th in the lineup
Wow.
in that year. And so she looked at it and she saw, well, here the only way for me to do it is that word, consistency.
Consistency.
So she showed up every morning.
day.
she was there on time. They were reporting to camp at 3 a.m. She's there at 3 a.m. Every day, 3 a.m., ran, do her workout, everything. And within a short time, now she joined the fasting. She was and she has broken all the records there are to break in the 100 and 200 and relays
Very true.
that you can think of. True. That word that you just said.
Consistency.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency.
Yeah.
It's big thing. Clarence,
Yeah.
how old were you in 2008? You've been consistently growing.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I've been asked that question on the door, so I don't know what's up with 2008, but I was 12. I should have been 12.
You were 12.
Yeah.
12
12 years
12
old.
years.
Okay. So in 2026, how old are you?
29,
This is your
turning
age.
30.
Listen, don't
Yeah.
overthink it.
Yeah, okay. You know, I don't know. Yeah, I'm 29.
All right.
Yeah, to
You're
turn 30.
29.
Yeah.
So in 2030, how old will you be?
Hey, 2030. I should be 34.
It's +3. It's +4.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll be around 33, 34.
Yeah.
Okay. In
33,
2060,
20?
60.
64.
Okay. Now, Vision 2030 was launched when you were 12 years old.
Wow.
All right?
Okay.
So you went through high school, through college, up to now when you want to be an MP with the implementation of Vision 2030.
Okay.
What do you know about Vision 2030?
For me,
What do you know?
to just be honest,
Yeah.
apart from the research that I've done, honestly, it's more of like a political statement. And when you're speaking about Vision 2030, we wanted to be the Singapore that, or the upper middle income economy as a Kenyan nation. So for me, that's basically what I know of. And as you've heard, what age I was, so I wasn't even. I was 12, literally. But it's something that I've heard the politicians speak of over and over, but not in detail.
So it's
More of like a political rhetoric, if you ask me.
Were you taught at any point about Vision 2030 through your school?
Nope.
Nothing. Okay. Now you're talking about Vision 2063.
Yeah.
And we expect you to participate in it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you prepared to participate in making a vision for your country?
For me, what we need, even before we talk about Vision 2060, is there accountability for Vision 2030?
Right.
Because for me, that is what is missing. Yes, I'm not disagreeing we need long-term vision, because they are calling it Vision Long-Term or Vision 2060. But for me, I'd want us to speak on the accountability of the Vision 2030. Why is it that we are not where we ought to be? Because one of the things that Vision 2030 was key on is Kenya being an upper middle income economy, if not first world. And we are yet to get there. We are really far from that. And even when you hear the president's speech, of course there's some few wins. Of course, it was pointed out that, of course, we are talking about the exchange rate. We are talking about the foreign exchange cover. But for us as youths, what about the youth unemployment? What about the cost of living? Okay, you're saying the rate of inflation is stabilized. Okay, but fare imepanda. Fare yenye nilikuwa nalipa last year, leave alone na this year, it's almost 50% plus. So for me, that's why I'm saying even this Vision 2060 or Vision Long Term still sounds like a political rhetoric. I don't think they're serious enough, because if they were serious, then, because of course he said he will start a national conversation from August 12th, if I'm not wrong, which is next week, or next week part 1, but I still feel, I don't see the genuineness, because what we should be speaking about, if a must, should be the Vision 2030. Why did it fail? Because for me, it has failed.
So let me ask the obvious question. How can you say it has failed without having a proper understanding of what it was?
Good. So for me, why has it failed? Because they didn't even teach us. This should have been taught in school. Am I right? Yeah, I was 12, right? They should have come to all schools, both public and private, and teach, hey, students, this is where Kenya is going, because I'm a Kenyan citizen, right? As a 12-year-old,
I should have an adult.
Yes.
You will be having
the same way we are being taught A, E, I, O, U in nursery, or we are being taught geography. There should be a topic on Vision 2030 in schools. Every kid should have known that. So for me, they failed in that, because the teachers should have been taken to training. Those vacations they go to coast, the principals, they should be given a booklet. Go teach your children, now broken down in plain English, what Vision 2030 is.
Honestly, you put that's a very fair point.
Yeah.
It's why not put it as part of the curriculum?
Yeah.
Because it is something that you need to take ownership of. Then make them start understanding. It should have been put as part of our curriculum. And even as you're speaking, what I'm seeing is a very big disconnect to how the executive or how government has this gap and void to how it connects to the students. Because I'm thinking if CK47 right now would be
CK7.
CK7.
Or AK47 is like a
I'm adding 47 because I'm
CK47 Army. CK7, yeah.
Yes, thank you for that correction.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd be here talking something very different.
Yeah.
That same document made a promise, and it's something that you had started talking about in terms of your quality of life as a Kenyan. Yeah. How would you term that? Would you say you have a high quality of life? If not, what do you describe as a high quality of life?
Okay. So in terms of quality of life, I'd break it down in two ways.
Yes.
As a Kenyan, speaking as a Kenyan citizen, there's the economic aspect and the political aspect, right? So economically speaking, and both of them, in both, I'd say we don't have a high quality of life. We are still lacking. And I'm saying this genuinely as not just criticizing, but also, it's a conversation, right? We're supposed to have a conversation. Yeah. So for me, when you're talking about economically, again, cost of living still high. And let's not even talk about the percentages. The basic amenities, what you are paying for bread last year or 5 years ago and now, what you're paying for fare 5 years ago and now. Go to the youth unemployment. Out of all the unemployed people in Kenya, youths make up 65% of that population. And yet, youth are the majority in Kenya. So those are idle people. And they're idle but educated. So very dangerous. Again, also speaking about politics, we've all seen the demonstrations, how they've been handled. For me, they haven't been handled the way they ought to. Because you see people being shot. Because there's a question I was asking, for example, because where youths decided to take up and be counted was from 2024, when you're talking about the finance bill, when you're telling the government to reject, not amend. So I was asking, what if they just let the youth just demonstrate and go on next further, and Ruto calls them, President Ruto calls them to State House and tells them, kujeni. Apatie watu mic. They just vent. Because they're Kenyans. Demonstration is a right? It's not a privilege. It's our right. If you're not satisfied, and again, I'm not saying that every Kenyan can be satisfied, but every Kenyan should be heard. It's almost impossible to satisfy every Kenyan, but it's quite possible to make every Kenyan heard. And for me, still that is lacking. Again, that happens, people are injured, now they're talking about compensation. Who are these guys who are being compensated? So for me, economically, the quality not yet. It's still lacking. When you're talking about politically, again, as a youth, as a Kenyan citizen, as a youth leader, still lacking. It's still not where I'd want it to be as a Kenyan. And I'm saying this again from genuine love for my country. I genuinely love Kenya. That's why I'm here. So I'd want us to change things.
Because it was a double-layered question in terms of saying that, we don't have proper quality of life. What is a good quality of life?
For me,
what would a young person look at and say, I am satisfied, I am happy with what my government is doing for me, I have a good quality of life?
First, again, as I've said, it's almost not really possible to satisfy every young people, but can satisfy most.
Yes.
And the first way to do that is let every young person be heard. You get, let every young person be heard. I wish he was going around the country and doing barazas, because he can, and end up, for example, Nyayo Stadium. Nasi hata naitana, you're being invited through a card. No. As long as you have an ID. I'm a enda university. Call the students. Give everyone a mic. Let them vent. Let them be heard. As much as you might not meet all their requirements. But the fact that a young person has been heard, for me, that's the first step in a good quality life as a young person. Because we as young people, don't forget, we are still living in this same Kenya. So there are some solutions we can give the president that he doesn't have to hire a person with PhD. Yeah. Free advice.
From your experience.
Yeah, just from your experience as a young person, because we are the ones, young people are the ones who don't have jobs.
Give me an example of that, like low-hanging fruit, that honestly, you don't need a PhD to have figured it out, but somehow it seems to be missing the top leadership.
Yeah.
Example, 2060 that we're talking about, let them take it to the curriculum. Yeah. Take it to schools. Hear the students' point of view. Yeah, tell them this is the vision 2060 that Kenya wants to be. And plain English. Don't put their graphs, plain English. Break it down as simple, even if it's in Sheng. For the guys who can hear Sheng.
Wacha watu waongee.
Yeah, wacha watu waongee. Wacha watu wabonge. Tell them, prezo anadai hivi, 1, 2, 3. And then young people atasema, hapa anatupima. Hatuoni venye. And then you'll ask them why. Atakwambia cause of 1, 2, 3. So for me, again, how do we kickstart this national conversation? Not on press, as much as he's done a press conference, the next step should be take it to the curriculum, take it to the teachers.
What we go ground.
Where in the ground?
So let me walk you through the journey of the constitution making, right? So there was this whole clamor for change of the constitution, and various groups were emerging. Kina Kivuta Kibwana forming, civil society organizations that would, start thinking this would be the minimum amendments to a constitution that would be needed to at least start addressing some of the pressing issues in the country, right? And then there was a greater push for, no, let's not amend this constitution. Let's overhaul the constitution. It got to a point where Moi said, this constitution story, you are burdening Wanjiko with nonsense. Wanjiko wants to know what's on her plate tonight. Don't give her stories of constitution, katiba, too much. Right? They want to... Wanjiko cares about the basics, the bread and butter, the ugali and skuma of the day. And that's where the word Wanjiko came. Because Moi used it. Just derogatively to say, the ordinary Monanchi does not care about katiba. Doesn't care about what's on their plate. Just mirror that with what our political leaders are saying today.
Right.
Don't give us about visions. We want about food. All right? Anyway, that push, however, went strong enough such that he was forced to actually create a Constitution of Kenya Review Commission, where a renowned professor who has written constitutions elsewhere, Kenyan, has written constitutions elsewhere, was called back to come and write for us a constitution. Yashpal Gai. Yashpal Gai decided the way we are going to do this is we are going to involve Wanjiko to write
the same Wanjiko he was told not to. He doesn't care about it.
The one we are going to involve in this conversation. And he said, I'm going first of all to cross ranks and bridge the ranks with the civil society and the opposition. Tell them, come, let's have one process where all of us are together.
Sure.
And then they went across the country in various sittings where they listened to Wanjiko. What do you want for your country? People would come there and say, hapa kwetu shida yetu ni mashamba, hatuna mashamba, nini, right, land. Hapa, polisi DO, anatumanga polisi yake na chief, wanakuja wanatushika, kwani kupika changai kwa shida gani? Right there, policing and provision administration. Hapa, nini, mambo inaenda Nairobi, hakuna kitu hapa, angalia hapa, hatuna shamba, hatuna hospitali, hatuna shule, governance, devolution, governance at the local level. People spoke. They came up with a volume this big. The secretary was Professor PLO Lumumba. He was the secretary of the Yashpal Gai Commission at that point. And then they went to Bomas and said, this is what Kenyans have said. Now bring a cross-section of Kenyans from across the country, representing youth, women groups, local community groups, civil society, members of parliament, councillors, all of them. Let's meet group at Bomas. Let's look at what Kenyans said and create a constitution. You see? So the thing that you're saying, let Wanjiko speak, has been done before, and it has given us a document. And I guess that's what the president was saying. It's the extent to which the president was saying, let's involve Kenyans. Because when Uhuru and Raila said, let's involve Kenyans on BBI, they managed the crowds that gave the views on the BBI. That is the difference. How do we ensure that this process is as all-inclusive as possible? Clarence, CK7.
Thank you very much. Again, now this is, it's no longer about Wanjiko. Now Wanjiko has given birth to a son. And they are called to children, and they are called youths or Gen Zs, regardless of the age bracket. So again, if you look at the conversation nowadays, I don't remember when the Kenyans had an issue with the finance bill until 2024, right? As you have said before, it was food,
So, according to Moi.
Yeah, according to Moi. Yeah, according to the president, Moi. So for me right now, again, what the conversation we need to have is, even before we go to the 2060, there needs to be a dissection of what this Vision 2030 was. So public education, even before they give their views, because there was a Vision 20, it's already there, right? And it's 3 years from lapsing, right? So let them tell us this, and let them tell Kenyans, And from schools. From schools, because from primary, literally.
Yes.
Let them tell Kenyans, this is what we wanted to achieve. This is why we didn't achieve it, in plain English. And then from there, we can have a conversation about 2060. Because again, if we don't properly discuss Vision 2030, Vision 2060 will be the same way. The same way, again, as you've talked about that constitution, Kenyans give their views, right? A constitution was developed. For me, what I love about that is Kenyans were heard. Right?
Yep.
They gave their views. They were heard. As much as every single, of course, you can't write down every single opinion.
Yeah.
But you have to develop a middle ground because we are a democracy, right?
Yeah.
So for me, right now, I'd urge them to first of all begin on educating the common mwananchi about the Vision 2030. Why? What was there? Why didn't it succeed?
Right.
And then now we can have a conversation about 2060.
We're operating from a place of knowledge.
Yes.
Learn from our mistakes.
Yes, we
And
need to learn
also
from our mistakes.
strong
yes.
points.
And
What
take
worked,
accountability. Yeah.
amplify it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But then you think about essentially the fact that there's already a plan, right? It says Vision 2030. And you're right, a lot of young people right now know of it as a thing you hear.
Yeah.
Vision 2030, Vision 2030. It doesn't connect to real life. I don't know. If I asked you if the SGR is a part of Vision 2030, would you know? Or it's just, right? It's
Yeah.
random.
Yeah.
And then we're coming to a place where we're essentially expanding from that base
Yeah.
of a lack of knowledge to now
More lack of knowledge.
to more lack of knowledge to even further lack of knowledge.
Even further lack of knowledge.
When what's the workaround in terms of finding something that is especially young people inspired and rooted? There's a difference between me coming and saying, I have a plan, what do you think of it? And me coming and saying, hey, what's your plan? Right? And I'm thinking, to some extent, this needs to be rooted in what the people want, in the same way that the Constitution was, in the same way that this vision was.
Yeah.
So even as we go into the next 30, how do we flip it around such that it's not public participation and education? Unajua participation, niko na idea na kuja unipe idea zako on my idea. How do we make it citizen-led?
Give me your feedback
Yeah.
on my idea.
Again, how do we make it citizen-led is we then began, we need to begin from the discussions on what are the issues at stake. You know,
Yeah.
what are the issues at stake? Because again, the issues, as much as there are some issues that were in the 1990s that were disturbing guys. Right now, there has been some evolution. There has been some progress. I believe we could, in Kenyans, we wouldn't have been discussing maybe things about internet. You know, there are smartphones right now and all that. We have a digital-led economy.
Yep.
So right now, the discussions are different. So again, we need to be able to begin with what are the issues at stake. And when you talk about the youths, it's a youth unemployment. That's the first one. Yeah, because how do I discuss Vision 2060 and I'm sleeping hungry? Or I even don't have anywhere to sleep?
That was actually just going to be my challenge.
Yeah. So
Because
how
having
do we...
a vision,
Yeah.
2060,
Yeah.
requires also looking outwards.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be citizen-led,
Yeah.
but mimi ukiniuliza nitakwambia it's employment, it is the cost of living, the
Cost
cost
of
of
living,
unga,
exactly.
and those are very right now problems.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
Vision 2060.
Yeah. Because how do we get to 2060 if we won't be there? You know, we need to to ensure we are there.
See, the thing is, I think they can be both. I think they can be both. Hear me out. It's like I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Okay? It's either the food is on the plate now I'm eating, or I'm going to go to the shamba and look for cassava and chimba the cassava and come and wash and and boil it and eat later. Okay? It's a plan to have food on my table.
Yeah.
Right? It's there's no cassava. Is it a neighbor I'm going to talk to? Is it I'm going to... It's what am I going to do in the meantime, and then what am I going to do to ensure that tomorrow or tonight at supper, sai naeza omba Mariam kaunga kidogo.
Kaunga.
Lakini sitarudi kwa Mariam jioni. So as I omba Mariam kaunga kidogo, I'm also planning what I shall do. I think the two conversations can happen.
At the same time.
Let's face our reality. Our biggest challenge today is that we are not food secure. We don't have job security. Yeah. How do we ensure that these challenges are addressed and never again? Like the children that you are getting now shall not have the same problems, the same issues of looking for bursaries. I still get pained that I was looking for bursaries 30 years ago and they're looking for bursaries today.
My child is still looking for bursaries.
Yes. You know, how do we make sure that we face the reality of this is our today? How do we deal with our now? And then how do we plan to make sure that this problem shall not be? We shall not hand these problems over to our children.
True. Yeah, so, I do agree.
That's happened.
We begin from the issues and how they'll never recur again.
But so I want to take this back before Vision 2030, before 2008, is we've seen administrations that have inherited a lot of problems. We didn't start from scratch. Like, by the time the Kenyatta regime was coming in and Moi and successive governments, is they inherited issues that unfortunately either we applied a band-aid and say tumezi solve, or where we could, we said we are putting in permanent solutions. So just to, speak to what Eric has said, it becomes then a big challenge for anyone to try and future plan and front load, being held down by a lot of these institutional governance issues that would require a certain level of sacrifice for them to be dealt with.
Right.
And so even when we say accountability, and every time I hear this word accountability coming from the youth, are we prepared as a country to deal with the consequences of what proper accountability looks like?
To swallow the pill.
To swallow the pill, because it's going to come at a cost. And the cost is high and it is steep.
Can we paint a picture of that cost from where you sit?
It cuts across the board. First of all, from all our institutions, from even how, I'll start with the Constitution as is. We keep saying full implementation of the Constitution.
Right.
Do we really know what that is going to take to fully implement the Constitution as is and put self-interest aside? Because what comes in between us and full implementation of Constitution and even accountability, self-interest? How many people would then be willing, yourself, you're an aspirant, be willing to come in and put their self-interest aside to fully do what is required? There's a lot that it's going to demand from us as a people, from how we think, how we operate, how we vote, to the leaders that we put in office, to the institutions. It runs deep. So I don't know whether Vision 2060 would be solving for a lot of the things that we have to continue dealing with.
Sure.
It would require for someone to, not someone, but all of us.
All of us.
All of us to go back and
our
do that.
country.
Which,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we can't say we are starting accountability from, let's just take it back to the Ruto administration. That is where we are starting from.
Yeah.
No. We have to stretch it.
Yeah.
Are we ready to do that as a people, guys?
Across previous
Administrations. Are we ready? Do you think it's something that the young people are actually mentally prepared for?
Taking it to other people is not a problem. Taking it to yourself is where the problem comes.
That's true.
I mean, it's very easy to say. Wale.
Lakini mimi.
Waingie ndani.
Ukiingia ndani, are you prepared?
You become very clever.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, very clever.
All of
All of a sudden.
Hey, are we?
How do we hold ourselves accountable? I mean, just if we were to have that honest and open conversation.
Yeah.
So, for example, corruption, we could say corruption has held us back in so many ways. Is it corruption by all of us? Is it corruption by a few? Have we all, added into this huge cesspool of corruption in one way or the other? Umetema mate kwa hii cesspool. Is it part of, does it have your DNA?
Yeah.
This corruption thing. Are we prepared to have that conversation? I don't think we are.
I think, for me, I'd say we should, regardless of whether we are prepared to or not, because there is no other way to make our country better.
That is the
Hatuna
only way.
otherwise.
That's hakuna otherwise. Yani ushaona venye like you have to take medicine otherwise yeah you just have to because we are at that point. We are at that point.
Whew, I hope the realization is universal. Let me sample some feedback because some people agree with you, others not so much.
Not so much. Okay.
Bibi Usuni says hii ruwaza ya 2030 haijulikani kwa mama mboga na idadi kubwa ya wananchi.
Exactly.
Ukisikia watu waongea tunahitaji ruwaza ya 2060 ni kama ndoto, maana wengi hawaelewi na la umuhimu ni kuelimisha jamii. So she agrees with you.
Okay.
And then she goes on to say, constitution making process in Kenya was a people-driven process kabisa. All constituency reports of that process are now in the National Archives, and anyone can go and research Hapo. And I think that's a nice little side quest she's just given us.
Yeah.
To see how from constituency reports we got to the constitution and to see the differences.
Yeah.
Still Make the One says, I'll say it again. Our country has moved forward on paper faster than it moved forward in people's lives.
Okay.
If we are not careful, we will be used as a case study of how not to fail as a country.
We are not very far from there.
Charles Ndungu says, thieves in government will not allow us to have food security because then we put more scrutiny on their work ethics and become bolder in questioning and demanding for accountability. Aha. Lenny Steve, if we truly follow the constitution, we would not be having conclaves, visions, nightmares, or anything outside the constitution. We diverged from the truth and now we're looking for it in the woods. Eli, is being poetic here. I think ni metaphor. He says, I've had a guest for 2 nights in a row. There's a moth that waits for me to open the door. Then it goes inside. It then explores the house. 2 days ago it was timid, but not yesterday. Okay.
Anaanza kuzoea hii nyumba.
Tunaanza kuzoeana.
Inakungojea hapo umechelewa.
Kufungua.
Then Steve Okech says, the mantra behind countries that have set and realized their vision is doing more with less. However, we seem to be doing less with more, pumping billions on projects that only needed millions. Karaoke says, a good quality of life for me is seeing systems that work. That part about doing more with less and doing less with more. We do very little with a lot, whether it's in terms of how bloated we are, in terms of our public service, in terms of our representation in government. How so in terms of, we're taking on too many infrastructure projects. Or
they're bloated, the costs.
Yes, the costs, yes, for sure. Everything actually is just, we go big, but then
we do small.
Yeah, we do small. When you think about that from a young person's perspective, and let's be honest, if in 2027, it's CK7 and like-minded people or people of your, not political leaning, let me even say age group. Let's say it's a Gen Z sweep and it's like 30-40% of parliament is now under the age of 30. That will be at least, the oldest will be 31. Do you think that will be sufficient to get people to do more with less? Or will we just find ourselves, okay, it's CK7, but CK7 is starting to remind me of that other guy who was there before him? Yeah.
So for me, again, good question. First of all, if it's CK7, definitely things will change. Definitely. But so do I say?
Maneno haya,
Yeah.
si
Okay. But for me, again, when you're talking about representation, you're not just electing people because they're youths. You know, being a youth in itself does not mean that it's enough to be represented. But what kind of youth, right? What are your values?
Yeah.
What do you want? Because again, let's not forget the leaders that are there were elected by Kenyans.
Yeah.
So again, for me, when you're talking about a parliament that will not be from just a particular party or a particular tribe, because one of the things I love about us as youths is we are tribeless. Doesn't mean that ati hujui pali umetoka. Just means that nowadays it doesn't matter whether you're Cukes, whether you're Luo, whether you're Luya or anything. it's just we are Kenyans. You get? So you're going to be elected as a Kenyan to represent Kenyans in parliament. So for me, I believe a parliament that, of course, with CK7 and like-minded youths, we shall take Kenya where it ought to be. Because again, as we've said, we have a bitter pill to swallow, and that is accounting for not just this administration's failures, but all the previous administration's failures, some of which we weren't even born. You know.
But you're living.
But we are living in the consequences of those previous administrations.
Kuna wazee like-minded?
Yeah.
Kama?
Older, like-minded people.
Yeah.
Older like-minded people. No, they're out there. I've met people who are like-minded. Because again, you see, it's not just MPs. We're going to have MCAs, MPs, governors, senators, all the way to the president. So we need Kenyans who are forward-thinking. We need Kenyans who are ready to be accountable for the failures, especially, and also learn from the failures to progress this nation. So for me, I believe youth, but it has to be youth-led, because again, the youths are the majority, to be honest. So for me...
Does that mean a young president?
Why not?
And what is the cutoff for young here?
Cutoff for young? Cutoff for young, for me, is one, of course, one who's held a previous position before. For example, an MP, a senator, or whichever, or governor. And what is their track record? Because again, tested and tried.
Your age. Yeah. I meant cut off your age.
Oh, cut off your age.
Oh,
okay. 50 and below. Why not try?
50 and below is young.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the presidency.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which chama are you going with?
For me, I'm the Secretary General for DAP Kenya currently, which is led by Honorable Eugene Omalo. DAP-K.
So why that party?
So for me, why that party? Why DAP Kenya? For me, it was a place where I got a platform first, because what I had told my people is that we have to be on the ballot. That's first.
Number
one, we have to be at the ballot. Number two, what I didn't want to go. First of all, I'm from Central Kenya. My name is Clarence Kaguora Nderitu, right? So, and I'm in DAP-K. DAP-K is predominantly from the western side.
Yes.
So I wanted to show people that, yes, as far as I'm from the central region, I can also vie with, they're also Kenyans.
And non-central.
Yes, and non-central. Again, tribeless part. Also, is one of the things I love about DAP Kenya, for example, is I wanted to be in a party where I have a conversation with the party leader.
Yeah.
Not with brokers around the party leader. You get, so that when things are wrong, I'll go and I'll tell him.
You talk to the
owner. By the way, I talk to the owner. Yeah, not to the dogs of the owner who don't want you to access the owner. You get the people guarding the owner.
Okay. So you basically have accepted,
why.
Clarence, that should you get elected by the people of Kikuyu,
you'll
be answerable to the owner.
First of all, the people who elected me are the people of Kikuyu. Not the owner.
But the party that gave you a ticket is Eugene's party.
Listen, yes, I will be accountable first to the people who elected me. That is the people of Kikuyu. Those are the first people I'll be accountable to. The Kenyans, and it's not just, Kikuyu is not just Kikuyu people, as much as it's called Kikuyu. They're Kenyans it's a metropolitan. They're Kenyans from all, across all tribes. So first of all, I'll be accountable to the Kenyans who've elected me in Kikuyu constituency. That's my first accountability.
And then
secondly, now we go to the party leader. Or to the party. Because again, the party has, the party has
structures. But even you don't care for those structures.
No, I don't. No. It's not that I don't care. No, don't put words in my mouth. No. Okay. No. I will be. You see. I thank the party for giving me the ticket, right? But again, who has elected? What are you going there to? And one of the things I love about, honestly, I love about Eugene, Honorable Eugene Omalo, is that he lets you do what is right for the people.
Does he let the party structures work?
Yeah.
So why do you need him if the party structures work?
No, I'm saying, first of all...
If the structures work, you wouldn't be seeing those structures as dogs of the owner.
No, I'm saying... Why?
You'd be seeing them as legitimate structures of this party.
No, I'm saying why I'm there is the party structures work. That's why I've been invited to other parties, but I won't mention.
Okay.
This is not the first party I've been invited
tried.
to. Yeah. But I was okay, again, this is my first time running. 2027 is my first time running. Actually entered into politics in 2024. Yeah,
Okay.
because of the financial issues. Again, we are speaking about, and we've been to other parties. We've gone to other parties, and I'm not saying they are bad. Kindly, I'm not saying other parties are bad. I'm just saying where I felt comfortable. As
It's your choice.
Clarence, Kaguora, and Nderitu, as CK7 was here.
This is better.
Yeah.
This is better for you.
Yeah, because there are structures that work, and again, you do what is right according to where you are. And again, that's why I'm saying, for me, the first priority when I'm elected is the people who elected me.
You know, I'm pushing you like this, eh?
Yeah.
It's because we have said on this show that our biggest problem in this country is parliament. All right?
Yeah.
And it's the people who we elect to parliament, expecting them to go and do right by us.
Yeah.
And then they go there and they do right by the owner of the party.
I get
They are answerable to Ruto, to Kalonzo, to Eugene, to Musalia, to the speaker,
To Raila.
Wetangula, to Raila, you know, and they forget us. Now, I'm asking, will you go there and be just like the others and come and tell me, hey, Bana, you know, Eric, you know, the systems, you know, the way the systems are.
First of all,
You know, the way things are.
Clarence, Kaguora, and Nderitu, CK7, the GenZ president, and Kikuyu MP will be answerable and will do right according to what the people of Kikuyu want. Come rain, come sunshine, come.
Even if that goes against the grain.
Yes. I'm ready to face those consequences.
What if
the people?
What if
who
the people
elected
turn and change?
The people?
If the people now change, let's say the people support the United Opposition people among you, and you win, or you don't win, you lose, the people of Kikuyu, and then Ruto comes back, and somehow the Ruto comes and wins favor again with Mlima, and the people move to Ruto. Will you now also say, you know, the people?
The people have said.
People have said.
No, first of all.
So now we have to align with the government so that I bring goodies to my people.
First of all, CK7, you do what is right to the people. It's not according to the president. Because you see, again, why parliament is facing us is, I believe, they are in a comfort zone. When you're elected to parliament with all the parks and all that, you enter into some sort of comfort zone and you forget why you're there in the first place. And I believe we need also a change of mindset about leadership, because most of the people think leadership is about power, but actually leadership is about service.
Okay. As we end, we're completely out of time. What's the 7 in CK7?
You would wait for that. Okay. First of all, there's a foundation I started. It's called CK7 Family, and big up to all our members and all our partners. In 2022. So CK7 was inspired by Clarence is a British word that means a king's chariot. So it's symbolized by a lion. Okay. K is symbolized by a guitar at the center. That's our logo, the CK7 family.
Okay.
And K stands for Kaguora. You can replace it with your middle name. It's from, it's from a Christian saying that goes, let everything that has breath praise God.
You can hold it.
Oh, okay. Oh, they
to
see.
the camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so. So that's why there's a guitar. So it's just a music instrument. And then 7 is symbolized by a golden eagle, not just any eagle. The golden eagle is found in Europe and Africa. There's an eagle that is very popular. It's called the bald eagle. It's in US.
Yeah.
But in Africa, we have the golden eagle. That is only found in Europe and Africa. And actually, I come from a village called Nderitu. In Kikuyu, Nderi in Kikuyu means eagle. And there are quite some golden eagles where I come from.
Okay.
So that is where there is 7.
It's a whole story.
It's a whole story. Yeah. And 7, 7 symbolizes not perfection, but from an eagle's perspective, where it hibernates when it reaches 40 years and it tears the claws and all that, and then flies again. It symbolizes that we can learn from our failures. So I'm pushing for perfection in learning, not in never failing. Yeah, so that is why CK7.
I love that.
Thank you.
Thank you. See, it's a good thing we asked. Asante sana for spending the morning with us. CK7, of course, youth advocate and hopefully incoming MP Kikuyu. Let's actually end the show there, and we'll leave you in the capable hands of Winnie Lubembe and Mary Mwikali on Your World. Let's see what they're discussing today. Leonie Mambo ya...
What really holds a family together?
Yes.
What really... Oh,
Moto kabisa.
Moto.
What holds a family together?
Glue.
Pesa.
Exactly.
But do we see?
What do we say?
Lakini pia pesa can also be the one
That
Yeah,
puts them
things
together.
apart.
Paragasha.
And on
It's a
Nation
double-edged
FM, it's Claudia Naisabwa and Brian Aseli on Vibe Shift. Have an amazing Monday. We'll be back here tomorrow. For myself, Mariam Bishar, Eric Latif, and Falaris Wamboy, have an amazing Monday.